Alright everyone, so I just got this in the mail earlier today, and what this is not just an ordinary phone clip for the car. This is actually a wireless charger built in for the car. It complies to the Qi standard, QI, and it's a universal style holder that you can put your phone on, clamp it on, and as long as you have it plugged in, it will charge your phone if your phone has that capability. And because I'm using a Nexus 4, it does. Now of course, if I ever upgrade to the Nexus 5, it also has that built in. There are other phones out there that actually does support it, and apparently, depending on the phone you have, you can if your back cover comes off, you can actually buy little plates that you can actually put it above the battery, and they have little contacts inside that you attach it to, and that will make it a wireless charger also. So that's actually kind of cool. Now the reason why I picked this particular one, by the way, I'll have the link to the particular one in the link below. I actually got this off of Amazon. It costs about $60, but I have to say the build quality of this is really good. You know, it's all made out of plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap. You know, when you pull this down and it comes out, you know, it doesn't have that cheapness feel to it. The plastic is really well put together, and it just seems like it's gonna last. Now this is the charger, or the charging cable that comes with it, and it's the barrel style. Now at first I was like, why do I want the barrel? But it actually kind of makes sense when you have it attached and then plugged in, depending on how you have it put in the car. See, the cable can actually just move around, so that's kind of the whole idea. On top of it, I actually went to a company called Bracketon. I think that's how you pronounce it, Bracketron, something like that. But it's a company that makes universal holders, but you can also buy these little brackets itself. And this is why I got this kind, because it actually uses the same kind of connector. So once I screw this into the bracket I have in my car, and this thing actually goes in very tightly, which is actually good, so it actually stays in place. So it'll actually just stay there permanently. So now that I have everything I pretty much need, time to go to my car and let's install this, and I'll show you how I'm doing it in my car. Alright everyone, so in this video here, you are in my car. This is a 96 Honda Accord, if you guys were wondering. It's a 4-door. If you're wondering about the mileage on the car, this has 241,584 miles on it. Yeah, it has quite a bit, but I've heard that these engines can go as high as 400,000 miles. So, yeah, I'm one of those people that will pretty much run the car until it literally just starts falling apart, or it's to the point that, you know what, it costs more than the car's worth, I'll just chuck it. But the car is still in really good shape. There's nothing mechanical wrong with it. There's really no leaks or anything. I actually do take care of my stuff. But I'm not here to talk about the physical car itself. It's the upgrades I've done to the car in 2013. So this is my new setup. What makes this pretty interesting is two things. One is the price wasn't that bad. It was actually an affordable upgrade. And two, while it's not a touchscreen, it does have most of the features in modern cars these days. So it has Bluetooth streaming. It does have an auxiliary input right there. It has an iPod control through USB. And I can do wireless I can do hands-free calling with this thing. So the only thing it doesn't do, it does not have a touchscreen, and I can't watch videos on it, and it doesn't do navigation. Boo-hoo. honestly, I don't really care about those things, because guess what? I have this cell phone holder that has wireless charging. So here's an example, and if you're wondering where the microphone is at for this thing, it's right there. Oh look, you can see me. Hi. Microphone's right there. And yeah, I do have a dash cam in here. But what's nice about this setup is that, guess what? The best navigation systems out there, honestly, is your phone. So why spend so much money? Why spend thousands of dollars or $1,000 on a high-end head unit with touchscreens and a crappy-ass navigation system when you just use the Bluetooth functionality in a lower-end head unit, and you get a better navigation system because it's on your phone. So because this is a Nexus 4, it's through Google, and I don't have to worry about updating the maps or anything because it comes streaming through Google. So Google does all the work. I just say, hey, I want to go here, and because it's Bluetooth, it'll just tell me through the head unit. It'll wirelessly stream it through the head unit. So it gets it from the cloud, streams it on here, and then just sends the audio information through the head unit. And then while I'm driving, I'd be able to go where I need to go. Pretty cool. So anyway, so why did I go this route instead of getting a touchscreen version? Well, for one, they're more expensive. Two, I'll be honest with you, at least the ones I've messed with, the touchscreen interface just sucks. It's not intuitive to use or anything like that, at least for me. And here's the thing, when you are driving, you want to be as simple as possible. That's what I'm trying to get at. So at least for me, I prefer physical buttons in the car. It's less distracting, it's easy to use, it has those features I want out of it anyway. So it has Bluetooth, it has iPod controls through the USB, it has an auxiliary port like I mentioned before, it has Bluetooth, which is what I use. I use the Bluetooth functionality. And because I have a wireless charger right here, I don't need any cables. Yeah, I do have cables in the glove box, but that's if other people need to charge their phone, or you know, they want to play their music through their device. Well, you got the auxiliary port right there. So, you know, it's the car you're going to be driving all the time. You might as well have a setup that caters to you, and then some. So, in my case, this caters to me, and if there are other people in the car that wants to listen to their music, well, you got their auxiliary port. So as long as they got a headphone jack on their device, it's set up to go. And yeah. And yeah, that is a Mobius camera, if you're wondering. If you want to check out how good this camera is, I'll give a plug to this other YouTuber. His channel name is called Techmoan, and this particular camera is called the Mobius action camera. And what's nice about it is a 1080p camera at 30 frames, and it has awesome, one of the best nighttime recordings that you can put in your car. So I'm actually quite surprised how good this camera is for the price. You know, it's about $100, and it's probably cheaper now, but it's a great camera. If you're looking for a dash camera for the car, I mean, I'll be honest with you, yeah, it doesn't have a screen on it, but you want it to be as small as possible and discreet as possible. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. And I tucked it away high enough, and I got this little 90-degree adapter, so that even when I have to use this thing, which I rarely do, honestly. Actually, after I tinted the glass in the car, I don't really need to use that thing anymore. But yeah, that's my setup in the car, and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's easy to use, simple, straight to the point. And I guess the only knock with the head unit is I kind of wish there was a way to take off the time on here, because I already have the clock on here. So I have a time here and a time there. It seems kind of redundant. But, I'm really just nitpicking at that point. So anyway, that's it. Like always, have a good one.